MLB The Show 22 is officially around the corner. We have learned a lot of stuff about the game before it has come out, and we're going to talk about every single thing that we know going into next year's game. Maybe the most exciting part about MLB The Show 22 is that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch, expanding upon the expansion from last year from just PlayStation to the Xbox and now to the Nintendo Switch where you can play MLB The Show on handheld wherever you're at. There are five main ways you could pre-order the game or just buy it in general. You have the current standard edition that is going to be on the PS4 and the Xbox. You have the next gen, which is going to be on the PS5 and the newer Xbox. Then you have the MVP, the digital MVP, and the digital deluxe. And those all range from $59.99 to $99.99. And they just give you different types of rewards in game. And with a new game, of course, that means we're going to be getting new features. Part of those new features are we are going to be getting cross progression. We had cross play last year. This year we will be getting cross progression where if you get the game for the Switch, Xbox, or PlayStation, your account and your progress will carry over to the other systems and you'll be able to continue your play seamlessly throughout. It also mentioned that there is a mini seasons mode. We're not exactly sure what this mini seasons mode means yet, but I imagine it's going to be some sort of offline mode where you're going against a computer or other player built Diamond Dynasty teams, and that could be a cool, fun way to grind out new cards potentially. They also mentioned that Stadium Creator is getting some updates and some new interface and objects that you can add, including night games to Created Stadium. Thank goodness everybody's been asking for this. We're also allegedly going to be getting seamless performance, targeted 60 FPS, which would be amazing if both of those things were true, and 4K resolution is coming to the next gen consoles as well. Now we're going to hop over to Twitter because a lot of their news comes out on Twitter. So if you don't already follow at MLB The Show, that's where you should go. You get a lot of news right away from there. And it was revealed today that we are getting two new legends that played together, Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau. These are two guys that have been widely wanted, especially from Twins fans, but Joe Mauer especially, being a left-handed catcher and an absolute legend, likely first ballot Hall of Famer next year. And I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Ange_Nation on Twitter. He is an incredible dude. He also streams on Twitch, and he is a beast on Twitter. He gives us these cards with the attributes that he believes that they will have, and he gave us a little bit of a look as to what an endgame Joe Mauer and an endgame Justin Morneau might look like. For Joe Mauer, you have high contact with 113 and 119 respectively, 87 power versus right, 80 power versus left, very high vision, great defense, pretty solid arm, and 56 speed is not terrible for a catcher. This Joe Mauer will likely be in my lineup unless any other crazy card like that Kyle Schwarber that came out this year happens. Joe Mauer is going to be my guy. And then he also gave us a Justin Morneau. This is going to be an MVP Morneau. A lot of people forget he won one, but Morneau was an absolute beast back in the day. This Morneau is going to be a first baseman, and he has 118 and 109 contact, 108 and 114 power, 103 vision, and he's a pretty decent fielder. It's kind of what you expect out of a first baseman, though. He's a lefty bopper, and I bet you he's going to have a sweet swing. So there were two more legends that were revealed, although one of them they kind of retracted back on. We'll talk about him anyway, assuming that he's still going to be in the game, but they kind of did a whole weird delete the video type of a thing. So we'll start with Ryan Howard, another first baseman, another MVP. His MVP season was absolutely insane, and he was an home run masher. Ryan Howard, first base MVP card. He's going to have maxed out stats pretty much against righties, and he's going to have 94 contact and 117 power versus left. He'll be a decent fielder, and his swing is actually going to be insane. He'll probably get crazy exit velos, and he is just a fan favorite. I mean, Ryan Howard was a really fun guy in the MLB for a little bit of time there. So I'm excited for that card to come out. This one's a little weird again. We've wanted a Randy Johnson card for so long. This is one of the best lefty pitchers of all time, and he would work so well in this game just because of how hard he threw and kind of his motion too. He's going to be a little sneaky. He's going to be a little deceptive. Randy Johnson was in the trailer, then they removed him from the trailer. We're going to assume he's in the game. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But this would be a perfect game card. Also from Ainge Nation, lefty Randy Johnson, 99 overall. almost max per nines with a fastball, slider, curveball, sinker, and a changeup. He's likely going to have really good control on those first three pitches, particularly. He might even have outlier on the fastball if outlier exists in next year's game. And if this card looks like this, even without outlier, this card is going to be an absolute problem that we're all excited to have, but not excited to face. So that's it so far for the new legends that have been revealed. It's only been four, three and a half, really, if you count the Randy Johnson situation. And now we're going to look towards the future. We do have this calendar. It's telling us exactly what we're going to be getting. The tech test starts on the 17th, and I believe it runs for 6 or 7 days. So we'll be getting that until the 23rd. After that, we have this Nintendo Switch feature premiere, whatever that means. We have a gameplay updates, pitching, hitting, and fielding feature premiere. Commentary. I have no idea what that could mean. That could be literally anything. So I really look forward to that one because that could be the true like reveal of legends. And if we can get some really banging legends in that one, maybe a David Wright, a Dustin Pedroia, maybe even a Barry Bonds, if we could keep our fingers crossed, although I doubt we'll ever get him. Or a Derek Jeter would be amazing too. Obviously, we're a Yankee fan around here. On the 17th, we have March to October and presentation update. Not too many people play March to October, so unless there's a really big update there, I doubt anybody's super excited about that. On the 24th, Road to the Show and Ball Player. Ball Player is going to be scary this year, especially with the implementation of two-way players. Shohei Ohtani is the cover athlete, so they said two-way players will be a thing this year. They had to rewrite the coding completely to get two-way players to be able to field and then come into pitch or vice versa and make that actually work. If that does work, ball players might be really, really broken. People have complained about caps for a long time, and this might be the worst and most dangerous iteration of them. And then on the 31st, Diamond Dynasty, live content, and esports. The esports part really, really excites me because yesterday they announced co-op 2v2 and 3v3 was going to be announced, or it was announced into the game, and that's going to be an online feature as well. And esports and co-op are hand in hand. And I am really excited to see potential co-op tournaments, single player tournaments, and potentially even teams starting to form now that we are having 2v2 and 3v3. There's going to be a lot of creation, a lot of content creation, a lot of collabs going along in this community. And I am really excited to see everybody that's doing it and even to join in potentially on it. And tonight there was a first feature reveal, and this was all about the co op stuff. We got to learn about the online co op involving actual teams, live rosters, and how that would be outside of Diamond Dynasty, and then how it's going to work inside of Diamond Dynasty as well. Shout out to KPreets21 on Twitter for putting this concise picture out there of everything that's going to be on there. But pretty much co-op for Diamond Dynasty for the 2v2 and 3v3. On 2v2, you're going to pick 6 players for each guy. So 12 total picked players. For 3v3, it'll be 4 for each player. For again, 12 total picked players on your roster. And the rest of your team will be filled with random live series players. There will be no friendlies. You will not allow to pick opponents. You will be able to pick your teammates, but not the people you play against. And then to start the year, there will not be any rewards for playing the co-op mode. They said on the stream they want to make sure that this is as streamlined and as well of a operation and a mode as possible before they start putting rewards gate kept behind it. In this feature premiere, they also mentioned how it would work in the co-op mode. So every inning, you will be switching positions. On 3v3, you will go catcher, then infield, then outfield every single inning. And then every batter, you will switch between the three of you. Same thing for two-player. You will go pitcher and catcher, and then the entire field, and then go switch between those two. And then every other hitter, you will also switch. During the Nintendo Switch event that happened early last week, I believe, there was a momentum seeming uh thing that they brought into the game. They have not actually talked about it yet, but shout out to my boy M. Frisk who has brought this up and made all this. And it's pretty much showing a momentum slider that could be a really interesting mechanic if momentum does become part of MLB The Show 22. MLB The Show 22 is available for pre-order now. If you want to wait and play the tech test first, you're more than welcome to. It's likely not going to be fully what the game is. It'll just be implementing some features using cards from last year. but it will be a good experience to get into MLB The Show if you haven't already. And it's completely for free. You just have to go to the PlayStation Store, Xbox, or Nintendo shop in your console, download the game, and you'll be able to do the tech test absolutely for free and get a taste for MLB The Show 22. We are about a month and a half away from the actual release. We're going to be ramping up the videos talking about everything that comes out. This is everything we know of right now. Today is February 16th, 2022. Thank you guys for watching the video, and let me know if I missed anything. There has been a lot of reveals, so I'm sure I missed a thing or two here and there. Let me know what you think about the game coming out. And if you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I also stream over on Twitch at WaifuJu if you're interested in hanging out over there. I'll make sure to see you guys in the live stream, and I'll see you next video. Peace.